when you're out, before you're out of the university, you should have been solid in some things.
Sure.
Okay. For people that study that kind of a course, people that are going to school to study psychology and philosophy, wonderful course. All right. But then what are the job markets? Archaeology and tourism. What are the job markets?
Okay,
Nigeria is
you have
not
a point there.
Nigeria is
And most of these people, they just want to go into the four walls of the university and just answer a graduate.
Exactly. Nigeria is not huge on tourism.
Now, what do you have to say? Now, like, there are so many, admission is fast approaching, at least they are on it now. But if you go into the internet, you realize that all these professional courses are filled up. And they are filled up with people that don't even have passion for it. But because it's a high sounding course and people know that, oh, I'm a medical doctor. The medical field, they are filled up. The nurses, they are filled up. The engineers, they are filled up. But there are so many. In agriculture, we have nobody there. In teaching, you can't find someone there. They are craving, asking for people to come in to do that. And you see that these professional courses are overflooded, like you mentioned of our professional courses. But what do you think is going to happen in the near future if something like this keep happening? Because most people, they don't have passion for skill acquisition. They think that the skill acquisition is for the weak, or skill acquisition is for people that they don't have any future. And when you talk about these people getting admission, most of them, they are not even qualified to be there. That's why you go to a hospital after meeting a doctor or a nurse, you vow not to get to that hospital because those people, they don't have passion for it. So what do you think is going to happen in the near future if something like this keep happening?
Well, I don't know what the future holds. I can talk about the present.
Okay.
For people going into agriculture, it's capital intensive.
Okay.
No, unless the person will just subsistence farming, they want him and his family would take. But agriculture is government funded. For developed countries, agriculture is government funded. All right. For you to go into what can give you wealth in agriculture, we're not talking about little amounts of millions. You're looking at from 20, 30 million naira up. That is, if you already have a farm.
Okay.
All right. So even agriculture is not for the faint-hearted. Okay. And then for the professional courses, people that are going to professional courses, they know why they go into professional courses because they have a more
Selling
chance.
point.
Exactly. They have more selling points. They have more chance of success than people who are not there. If someone has a brain, they should just develop passion for it and go into it. Okay, more sick persons will have more sick persons. So
as for the sick, they always do
exactly. Now, but for people who cannot go into professional courses, they should understand the difference between schooling and education. What you need is education, not schooling. Okay, that is why you have special schools dedicated to some courses. For instance, in building this what you call masonry. All right, there are schools that maybe not in Nigeria, but I know schools that are dedicated.
We have vocational schools.
Okay, like vocational school dedicated to that.
We have vocational schools where I know vocational schools around where you can, if you want to go into fashion designing, if you want to go into baking, if you want to go into, there are schools meant for that, and there are people that are doing that well. But just that, I think it's not just about having the skill. You should be knowing that we are in social media period. Most times, sometimes they think it's not always capital intensive because most times you don't even need a shop to start all those things.
Some of those, for instance, fashion, you might need to attach yourself to someone, or if you have a good social media skill, you can take what people have done, the works of people have done, advertise it as your own with the owner's permission.
That is becoming a marketer.
All right, marketer. The people pay, you pay the person, and from there you can develop from there. All right. Now, for writing, people that are skilled in writing, online does it for you. You just need to create a niche for yourself. People that are good in acting, you just need to create a niche for yourself and be consistent with it. All right. Before you know, it catches up. All right. Then skill, actually, people run away from skill. They see that people that you don't, the craze for being a university graduate, it's alarming. It's no longer paying now, unless for specialized courses.
And that's why they're killing themselves for this.
Exactly, it's no longer paying. There are courses you shouldn't study. It's no longer paying. It's no longer the my child went to university. Even the most people that went to university, after they are done, you see them come back to learn a skill or go into main market, into the market, and serve somebody that didn't go to Four Walls University for a period of maybe 2 3 years. Then they learn the ropes and then they start off from there. So if the person knows that he's going to enter, go back to main market, or maybe go to run one
You would have
apprenticeship,
done it
he
before.
would have started early and not
without
waste his
wasting the 4
years.
years in the university. Okay, what skill will you suggest that people should go into?
Now it depends on what the passion the person has.
Okay.
All right, or where the money is.
So is it centered around passion, or is it centered around what is obtainable or what the demand for it?
Exactly.
So, but is it tied only to passion, or is it tied to demand, or is it demand and passion working in pari passu?
With the setting of Nigeria, all right, we'll look at our economy, look at our geography.
Okay.
I'll just go for where the demand is, not the passion.
Okay.
You can create the passion along the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
So passion comes. when you start seeing the money, the passion will come.
Exactly. You can manufacture the passion along the way.
Okay.
Or when you've made it,
okay,
you can now because you're not able to feed yourself, you can from that feeding yourself now go back to your passion.
What you have.